All right, so today I'm going to go over how I write a song, and there's no there's no one answer or one way to write a song, but typically I usually start off with the words. So what I'm going to do first is, that way you all know that I'm not just having a song I already wrote before. I want you to give me a couple of words. So a couple of nouns, it could be some verbs, but it could be some nouns. So just give me something at random. So which one? A dog. Okay. A dog. Girl. Work. Okay. Study. Money. Money. Is that cool? All right, that's something there. And this is sometimes a cool experiment as well, as because a lot of times young songwriters, there's so many things you can write about. When you do this, you basically restrict yourself, and then you have some obstructions going on. So the obstructions are that I got these 5 words that I'm going to throw into the song. Now, I can do a bunch of things. So when I look at this, because I've just done this a lot, I'm starting to already think, well, what could I do? Do I want to make this a chorus? Do I want to make this a verse? And the whole goal is that I got to use these words somewhere in the song there. So I've got a dog, a girl, work, study. For some reason, this just popped to mind. There's a girl. Working hard. Studying all the time. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm glad you got some thought process going on right now. But yeah, let me just kind of finish this here, and that way you can just kind of see how my thought process goes. So there's a girl working hard, studying all the time. See, there's a girl working hard, studying all the time. No time for herself. I'll just put that down there. Now, a lot of times, I have some friends that kind of dog my songwriting because they say it doesn't rhyme. Okay? Yeah, you can have songs that rhyme, but you can also have songs that don't rhyme. I'm going to be honest, songs that rhyme probably are better songs. So you can figure out, basically at the ending, you can have things rhyme, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay? So if you want to do that, basically the ending of things kind of rhyme, and you can kind of put that together. I also find that basically, once you got something on the page, you can always go back and modify it and make it better. The hardest thing for writing is looking at a blank page. This was a blank board a minute ago. At least now I got something I'm working with. So I can always go back and edit it and make it better. That feels to me kind of like a verse. So I'm just going to call that verse right now. I think this feels like a chorus to me. Making money every day. Making money the only way. So that sort of rhymes a little bit. Okay, so I'll call that the chorus there. I usually feel like you need to have 2 verses. The verse tells the story. The chorus kind of reinforces what's going on. You know, it's kind of the catchy part. And that's why I don't mind it being kind of repetitive in some aspects. So let me come up with another verse here. So there's a girl. So basically, I got a story start up here. I want to kind of like end it either happy or sad. Either resolve it or throw some more rocks at it. In writing, a lot of times, to make something interesting, you have to throw rocks. And that's something we say. You put somebody up a tree and you throw a bunch of rocks at them, and they got to resolve it. Either they win or they lose. You know, that way, if you care about the person. So nothing's more boring than watching a movie where everybody gets along and there's no conflict going on. You got to have conflict. And I think in a song is the same way. Something that's interesting, there's some type of conflict going on. So this girl was working hard. So this is a working girl. She's studying as well, probably in school, I guess, at that point there. No time for herself. So that kind of gives a little bit of a story of this person's life. Not a horrible life, but definitely someone that's busy. This girl working hard, studying all the time, no time for herself. bright day, a dog that smiled. Remind her what life is about. Okay, not the best song, but it sort of answers a little bit. It sort of, and I think at this point I use all the words. Then I can go back to the chorus here. I don't think the song really needs a bridge, but I'll write a bridge anyways. It's something to kind of change it up a little bit, just kind of show you about that. So there's a girl. There's the second verse there, and we'll throw a bridge in there. Bright day, dog that smiles reminds her what life is about. So much more to living than only paying the rent. So much more to living than only paying the rent. Enjoy what you have. Okay, so I think that'll work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with the chords. So I can pick a key. For a lot of us, the key of D, the key of G would work good. And what I typically do is just start kind of experimenting just a little bit to see what feels comfortable in some aspects. So I'm doing the 1, 4, and 5 in the key of D. For whatever reason, that's what called to me. And I think another thing I talked about before is kind of trust your instinct. A lot of times, there's a reason why we have instincts when in life, but also in being creative. A lot of times in creativity, we are trying to get our natural instincts back that we lost as kids. Remember when you were a little kid, you're really creative, you're like running around making up songs and doing things. At some point you stop. Well, you kind of want that. To be a songwriter in a lot of ways, or be creative, you got to go back with your instincts. So for me, the instinct, I'm kind of feeling that. There's a girl working hard, studying all the time. Let's see. No time for herself. There's a girl working hard, studying all the time. No time for herself. I don't really like that time there twice, but I'm going to kind of live with it for right now. Studying all the time. No time for herself. Studying all the time. Yeah, I'm going to live with it. Sometimes it's fine. A bright day. A dog that smiles reminded her what life is about. So I think that works. That chord progression can work for both of these verses here. This one's a little bit wordy. There's a girl working hard, studying. How about this? Studying too much. That'll work. I think that'll work. No time for herself. I think that'll work better. It was that time. And so what I can do now is that the chord progression is D, G, A. So that's for all this here. So I'm kind of just putting the chord progression on top of where it's supposed to be at. There's a girl working hard. And you notice, see, when I hit the G chords after I say the line there, studying too much, no time for herself. Does that make sense? So the next verse would be the same thing. So basically I got a D there, G, A, D, G, A, D, G, A, and D, G, A. So I got some options now. So when I go to the chorus here, I could use the same chord progression. I could. Making money every day. That would work, but I'm going to try to change it up just a little bit, make it a little bit contrasting. One of the cardinal sins about writing songs or making movies or plays or whatever, do not bore me where you're boring music. Make it exciting, make it interesting, make it where you care about something. So, let's see. Making money, well, let's see. Making money every day. Making money the only way. I don't know. That works. Making money. Making money every day. Making money the only way. Yeah, you know, I'm going to live with that one. I kind of like that a little bit better. So I got a D chord there. Making money every day. Making money. G, A. And notice I'm ending on the A. Why do you think I'm ending on the A there? What is the A in the key of D? Is it a 1, 4, or 5? It's a 5. Where does 5 want to go to? Back to 1. And so up here in the verse, I have the D chord going back to the 1. Does that make sense? That 5 chord really is a strong pull to go back to the 1 chord there. So for the bridge, I started with D, D, D. I'm going to start with something different. And the 4 chord is screaming out to me. So I think I'm going to do G, A. And I can already hear this in my head, knowing this would probably work. So let me confirm it. So much more to living than paying rent. Enjoy what you have. It's not perfect. So much more. So much more. And so much more to living. You know what? The more I play it, the better I like it. All right, so now I just got to figure out what the form for this. So I think the verse would be good. Then I go to the chorus. So first one, chorus. And then I think I'm going to go to the bridge. And then I'll go back to the chorus, and then verse, and then chorus. Okay, so that's kind of that's the form to it. So once I got the little sections here, now I've just got to figure out the form to put it together. So let's see how this sounds. One, two. Move that a little closer up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a girl working hard, studying too much, no time for herself, making money every day, making money the only way. So much more to living than paying the rent. Enjoy what you have. Making money every day. Making money the only way. A bright day. A dog that smiles reminds her what life is about. Making money every day. Making money the only way. Making money every day. Making money the only way. And there it is. That's how you can write a song. That's always rock and roll, and of course it does compute. Yeah.